Well, great afternoon. I'm going to pull some cards. I want to look and see if they can tell us what happened in Giuliani's Proffer session with the government. So I guess I never heard of Proffer session before, but from what I understand from just listening to this, it's where they get a one-day immunity and they go in and they can talk about their crimes, other people's crimes, and they will get immunity for that. So let's see what we have. Giuliani, guidance, okay? Guidance and confidence, okay? So I guess he went in and he kind of spilled his guts and celebrate, okay? He's able to tell them what happened with 45 with, the Kraken, released the Kraken and the rest of the crazies there. And he would get immunity for anything he talked about during that one day. So it looks like perhaps he was providing some guidance on some things and was confident. They were perhaps confident in what he was saying. And so if that is the case, he can celebrate because he will not be prosecuted for the crimes he spoke of during that day. So let's ruffle shuffle the cards and see what else we have going into that. So what else can you tell us? At the center of it, there was a coming together. So maybe he was talking about other ones there that were also aiding 45, such as Release the Kraken Crazy and some of the other ones. Let's see. So underneath of it, we have inheritance. So maybe talking about things that he came in and had gotten laid on his lap when he went in as 45's attorney. And above it we have documents, okay? So maybe he knows something about some documents somewhere. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? So let's see what we have going into it. We have the White House. Yes, he was privy to things that were going on in the White House, wasn't he? Underneath of it, escape. If he talks, he can escape the punishment for that stuff. Above it, waking up, okay? So maybe he's woke up to the fact that 45 is not going to pay for his lawyers. 45 is going to throw him under the bus just as quickly as anybody else. And if he wants to, have anything beneficial, he needs to do it himself. So what we have today, things coming down the pike, of course, he doesn't want to deal with. He's not happy about having to talk about it, but he's going to have to endure. Okay, it's something maybe he's struggling with, but he's got no option because that heavy wheel of karma is turning, and he was right up there in with 45 and the rest of these crazies when it comes to a lot of these things. So if he was smart, he would have spilled his guts on that day. So it looks like he probably did, but he's not happy about it. The challenge is, the comfy life, the information, the enterprise. Maybe he knows some other information about monetary things and obstructions that were happening. I wonder if he knows more information about Javanka and their dealings as well. Could be. So it could be he's spilled his guts challenge about some obstructions when it comes to enterprise, monetary stuff, his dealings with Qatar, Saudi Arabia, with Putin, etc. So the clarification is what is being offered up. Okay, we've got a whole Pandora's box of stuff there. Underneath of it, we have empathy. You know, they're all ears when it comes to hearing what he's got to say. And above it, yep, shedding some light about the White House, his affairs, who he was dealing with behind the scenes, who he was cozying up to, etc., etc. Again, underneath of it all, we have the Pandora's box. We have him trying to hang on for dear life because this is costing him. Any more things that he has to pay out of his pocket for representation is going to cost him, and he can't afford it. We have a lot of this stuff that's up in the air that they're asking about. And, you know, again, he feels like he's out in the cold because they're not helping him. 45's not helping him. The Republican Ugly Party is not going to help him. And they want to know the truth. They're delving into it. So he's working on what he knows about 45 and the burden of the drama of what 45 has done. And I'm sure he feels like this is putting an end to stuff. And we've got the harvest, which he's not liking, and the attempts to manipulation that he was doing, which were strong. And now, of course, he's backed up against the, backed up. He can't go any further, so now he's looking at his long-term things and what he's going to choose to do going forward. Okay, so yeah, let's look at this again. Major arcana that's driving this. We're going to pull those out. Okay, so what we have, the major arcana that's underneath of all this stuff driving it, is we have this investigations that are going on into 45, what he was doing, putting an end to this. They want to get to the final conclusion. They want to know the manipulations and how strong they were. And so now, again, he's got the path to choose to go forward. What is he going to do? He's not going to continue to protect 45. He's going to sing like a canary. So what we have is looking at the center of it again, those that were involved. He's not happy about this coming down, but he's got to offer up what he knows. Okay? The challenge is because of comfy life. He doesn't have the money to deal with any sort of obstruction. He needs to spill the beans on the White House, what was going on with 45. This is what he inherited because of his wanting to be on 45's side. He'd like to escape this endurance that he's having to deal with, and he's buying the enterprise. What he can sell is the things the government wants to hear. Okay, they're all ears. So if you've got something to sell, you better sell it now. It better be up on the table. Okay. So what we have above it, maybe he's got some documents. He's waking up to the fact that this is a tough sell, and he is really engaged in it and obstructing what the obstructions were and shedding light on it now. So it looks like when it comes to his Proffer case and going to speak to the government, it looks like he was ready to spill his guts and give guidance, and they're confident in what he's giving so that he can continue out of jail. So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.